Hi guys, it's Debbie, and today I would like to speak about Colossal, directed by Nacho Vigalondo and starring Anne Hathaway, Dan Stevens and Jason Sudeikis. It is the story of Gloria, an unemployed woman which lives in New York City and has to deal with a series of issues which include a severe form of alcoholism. She decides to return to her hometown, far away from the bustle of the big city, and she meets some old acquaintances such as childhood friend Oscar, whose life is falling to pieces and which has never achieved successful goals. More or less during the same period, a huge, monstrous Godzilla-like figure appears over Seoul. It walks through the city, destroying everything it encounters and steps on, including dozens of skyscrapers, and obviously killing many innocent people in the process. Gloria soon notices that the monster tends to copy her exact same movement and understands there is some sort of connection between them. So the film revolves around Gloria trying to find a solution to this mayhem while trying to solve her own personal problems. Now, when I saw this film's first trailer, my emotions were all concentrated in the rage end of the emotion spectrum. I was close to disgusted by the stupidity of the whole concept, but I watched it anyway and was quite surprised by what I saw. Now, I'm not saying that this film is beautiful, flawless, the best film of 2017, but what I am trying to say is that at least it tried to offer something different, and it somehow also managed to pass on some food for thought. This film is a deliberate jumble. It has no clear genre and easily slips from science fiction to horror to comedy. As a matter of fact, it is unexpectedly both frightening and funny. We have absolutely no idea what we should be learning or receiving from this product, or where the plot is creepily leading us. So the biggest problem, or lucky discovery here, is that the film is nothing like its trailer, which is completely deceiving. We were expecting a wacky, trashy, pathetic story of a simplistic woman which just casually discovers to be a Godzilla monster destroying planet Earth. In reality, the whole weird, flawed, illogical concept of the monster in Seoul is a symbol of evil. Not even evil, more of carelessness and mistakes, an inner demon maybe. Because the whole film is a long metaphor which challenges the audience and tries to underline how Gloria is wasting her life and time by selfishly drinking and not caring about the people that surround her. And only the careless steps and actions of her monster counterpart make her open her eyes and realise what is going on in her life. So the clever side of the film is choosing whether to accept and fix the huge mistakes in our life, rejoin all the people we let down and embrace the disasters that happen, or just let things go into ruin and wash them down with another beer. So the film turned out to be close to frightening, but not because of these huge monsters, but because of the apathy, the total lack of interest and love and caring that some of the characters in this film have. Gloria's nemesis has so much hatred towards the world that he could easily create some damage and a huge amount of pain to other people. And all of this is delivered with such serious humour that we don't really know whether the film is trying to give us something frightening, something thrilling, or just dark humour. Obviously, the clever concept then lasted for less than half of the film and slowly slipped into useless and absurd shots. For example, a mute Anne Hathaway thumping her fists on the ground. And also, it doesn't really try to move beyond the limits of this metaphor, this symbol. I love Jason Sudeikis' character Oscar, a lonely, toxic, apathic figure which roams this lonely town with no clear goal, if not that of just getting by and crossing his fingers, hoping to not fade completely into the background. I always found him an oddly good actor, even in absurdly comic films such as Horrible Bosses or We Are the Millers. He's able to use that Zach Galifianakis effect by which he doesn't blatantly show he's trying to be funny or concentrating on acting, but ends up delivering a very natural performance. And these features were excellent in this film, which is borderline horror and comedy. Anne Hathaway was quite good as always, obviously nowhere close to other performances, but still above average. I just hope her career isn't slowly slipping into the hands of this type of films. So altogether, I would recommend watching this film. Just don't take it too seriously because you'll end up hating it. I personally won't be watching it again, but at the same time, it won't immediately be erased from my mind. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to subscribe for many more movie related videos. See you soon. Bye.